Hi everyone, I've got a viewer question email today. So this is from Nick but a woman, okay? Let me start by saying how grateful I am to find you on YouTube and being able to do your meditations. Thank you for that. And on the request, a little background first. I have met my TF. I'm not sure what TF is, but you do go on to talk about a relationship, so I'm assuming it's a specific person. The peace and home feeling I felt with him was out of this world. The start was amazing, and after a while things started to crumble. We had a lot of challenges from his side of the family, his ex, his son, and eventually I found out he was lying to me financially, and that was devastating for me. I know what a lie can do in a relationship, so I broke up then and there, but we couldn't stay away from each other. I resented him for not being strong enough to take my side with his family and ex and take a stand. I felt like he had no stance. Regardless, he was my person. I wanted babies with him. He said he does too, and we were trying. I wanted to marry him. I love him deeply, and so I got pregnant, and shortly after that I lost the baby. It hit me so hard. I was on the ground. He visited in hospital, but I didn't feel emotionally supported from him after I came home, and he asked me why I was crying just days after losing our baby. I was too drained to argue and too drained to even be around. I get that I wasn't the easiest person to be with. He left me after just 3 days coming home from the hospital. We had an argument and he packed his bags. He came back, though, and left again after 3 weeks for good. We saw each other for 5 months after that, not living together. On one point, he just broke the contact and moved on. I felt like garbage. He left behind, no closure, no why, nothing, a clean cut. I tried to reach out to him. I wrote emails open-heartedly. I didn't get answers on 3 emails I sent 3 months apart. I got really angry. Response, I don't care what you think. Move on with your life. Get over yourself. I couldn't move on. It's been 2 years now. I still have crying episodes, dreams. I miss him so much. I'm crying now as I write this. No matter how much I try, I can't move on. I went and still go to the gym, find more friends, go on vacations, trips, do yoga, meditation, sage. I went to counseling, cutting the cords. I bought crystals, did cleansing rituals, went to a shaman healing, listened to Abraham Hicks, did Victoria's videos. Nothing worked. I feel like he has been cut from me and there's a big hole. The more I try to mask it, the bigger it gets. I tried dating. He saw me after a year with one guy. He called me immediately to see if I'm still down for him. My feelings got in the way. I leapt into his arms, but later he said he was just having fun and cut contact again. My life seems empty. I can't find my path. I have a job, lots of hobbies, friends. I go to Lisbon in November. I'm going out, but that deep feeling of him missing from me is always there. I can't believe he moved on from us so quickly. After 2 months, he had another girl. I cannot believe I was the only one I felt that strong. He was a different person with me, and after he changed completely. I haven't had sex after him. I cannot even imagine sleeping with someone else. I haven't had sex, and I am in my prime, 31 years old. Can you do a video on this, please? And yes, I'm scared I wouldn't be able to love like that anymore. I gave it to the wrong person. I gave him everything and it hurt so much it wasn't enough. I want a family and a baby. I'm getting older. Losing hope I would find someone. I'm not happy with my life. Don't look forward to anything. Sometimes catching myself thinking having some kind of accident. I'm not suicidal and dying would be better than this non-eventful life. I feel like I'm broken. Okay, so Nick, lots of things here. So, firstly, and I'm going to say this lovingly, if after 2 years of breaking up with someone, you are still feeling this way, that tells me you have a deep sense of lack of self-love. Okay? We, as human beings, need to understand deeply, especially when we are adults, that someone else is not our source of love, and nor should they be, because that is a burden that we put on them. Okay? So I understand you've had a lot of stuff going on, and I'm just going to go back to a few things. The first thing I'm going to say if you apply everyone as you pushed out, can you see that if you feel this way within you, that this is the thing that brings the whole card house down? It destroys relationships when we feel the way that you do. Now, I know you're feeling this way after the breakup, but the thing is, this was in you before the breakup. It is highlighted by the ending of the relationship, this lack of self-love from within. Now, it sounds like you're doing some of the stuff, which is fine. Meditations, you know, you're doing lots of external stuff, going to the gym, friends, vacations, yoga, meditations, sage, counseling, cutting the cords, crystals, but all of that stuff, apart from the meditations and yoga and counseling, a lot of that is external stuff, okay? The thing that worked the best for me when I was feeling the same as you was to work on I am loved, and laying on my bed for hours on end, saying it to myself until I would feel it. Okay, that is our job to do, okay? Even if you feel the way that you do right now, you're saying, I gave it to the wrong person, the love. Yes, it should have been you giving it to you rather than giving it to this person that sounds like you had on a pedestal and that you still do to some degree. I'm not saying you don't love him. I'm sure you do. But there is a pretty heavy duty thing lurking underneath all of this. And it is, if you're still like this after 2 years, not that there's a set time frame to get over things, but for those people that I see on a regular basis, the emails that I get for people that really do their self-love, if you work solidly on your self-love meditations, your self-love affirmations, you lift out of this space. And it does take some time. Why? Because you're going from not believing to believing. That's what takes the time. Is it impossible? No. Is it simple? Yes. Is it easy? Not always. Okay? Now, if you're thinking of having some kind of accident and feeling like dying would be better, that tells me that you have love is over there, and if I just get him back, I would feel better as part of what you're thinking. Okay, he is not the oasis in the desert. You are. You got to pull that up within you. You got to ask the God of your understanding to help you. You have to learn to say things in your own mind that generate different feelings in your own gut. Okay? Right now, if you're feeling this way, what that tells me is you're extremely good at repetitive, habitual, negative thinking around you loving you. Okay, and also, if I can just get him back, I'll feel better, which is like an addict with a drug. I'm going to put down below a YouTube called Attraction versus Addiction. And I'm going to say to you, Nike, this sounds like it's bordering on addiction, okay? When you feel like you can't live without someone, or you feel like you don't want to be here, or you haven't been open to anyone else, okay, there isn't just one source of love, and when they're gone, that's it. It doesn't work that way. The world is echoing to you how loved and wanted you are by giving you love and wantedness. Okay? So that's what has to be worked on, is those core things. And look, any kind of help, and there's lots of different terms to the help, and I'm going to say that the things that I did in the 80s and 90s, a lot of those kind of self-help things, and I'm not going to mention anything in particular, but those things continued to get me to talk about the problem. When you keep talking about the problem, you keep going over the problem, you keep focusing on the problem, it goes out and it continues and gives you another wave of it. It is a focus-based universe. What we focus on goes out from us and gives us a photocopy. Okay? So, as a suggestion, only a suggestion, you do whatever you want, But I do think that working solidly on self-love affirmations, working solidly on self-love meditations, working solidly on concentrating, having the mental discipline and getting good at that, choosing thoughts. I would honestly do between 500 and 1,000 affirmations a day if I was in your situation still after 2 years. Okay, and work on the inside. All that other external stuff, not saying it's not helpful, but it doesn't get to the core. And as you can see, that's the end result you've got. It hasn't got to the core stuff. Have a look at Dr. Hugh Len's Inner Child meditation, and have a look at Shiva 7's interview. I will put that down below for you to have a look at. And also, I will put down another few interviews of people that have got fantastic self-love. I interviewed Jennifer Fry recently, wonderful self-love. And also, there's quite a few others. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I'll put them down below for you to have a look at. All right? So, if you are not happy with your life, if you're not happy with you, if you're not happy in your thinking, your life will echo that. Okay? Happiness starts in your head. It's not out there in your life. Okay? Happiness is a state of mind that you choose through repetitive, habitual, positive thinking, through getting enough sleep, through rest, through exercise, through drinking enough water, eating proper food, doing all those things that make you feel good about you physically. Then your mind is in the best optimum state because it's not tired, exhausted, overworked, etc., to then be able to handle and deal with using the mind to direct it through concentration, through focus, through discipline, repetition. Those are the things that get you into a great feeling place. Okay? You are the answer. Getting him back and being in a relationship is not the answer, because you take you with you and then you put this stuff onto that person. So, as a suggestion, spend time working on this to the best of your ability and listen to the success stories of people that have got really good self-love. There's been some people that have been in massive depression and suicidal, and they've worked their way out of this. And, you know, I will put the links to those ones down below for you to be inspired by. All right. That's all I have to say. Keep at it. Lots of love. And I will see you in the next YouTube.